Hi, everybody. Today I want to talk about a rule that I like to call same symbols, add and keep the symbol. Now, when I say same symbols, I am referring to these symbols over here. So you can see that both of these symbols are the same. They're both dashes. Now, you might be thinking, Mr. Friedman, those don't really mean the same thing, because this one over here means negative. So this is a -2 as opposed to a +2. And this one over here means subtraction. So we are subtracting 3 from -2. So you're right, they don't actually mean the same thing. One is negative, which is a type of number, and the other means subtraction, which is an operation. But it's the same symbol for both of them. Both of them are a little dash, right? So we use the same symbol for both of them, even though they mean different things. And all I need you to understand right now is that these look the same. It's the same symbol. Okay, so let's look at this example. We have -2 minus 3. To do that, as you know, we would start at -2 on the number line and then move 3 spaces to the left, so our answer is -5. Now, I want to talk about another way that we could have thought about this problem. We could think about it by actually taking an arrow and starting at 0 and then moving 2 spaces to the left. That would bring us to that same point that we started at before, -2. And then the next thing that we could do is take another arrow, and we'll start this arrow where the first arrow left off. So we start at -2 and then go another 3 spaces to the left. And that brings us over here. So then the question becomes, how long is this answer arrow? And by the answer arrow, I mean the arrow that starts at 0 and goes to the end of the second arrow that we put down. Except this time, we are not going to use the number line to help us. So I'm going to get rid of all of this other stuff here. And we're going to have to figure out the answer only by looking at the arrows themselves. So how can we figure out how long this arrow is, this answer arrow? Well, we can do that by adding the lengths of these two arrows together. So all we really have to do is add 3 and 2 together. I'm going to call this the work that we have to do to answer the problem. So 3 plus 2, of course, is 5, which means that this answer arrow must be 5 units long, right? 2 plus 3, or 3 plus 2, same thing. All right. Now you have to be careful, though. So we just did this addition part. The rule is same symbols, add and keep the symbol. So we did the add part and we got 5. But you have to be careful because 5 is not the final answer. The answer, and by answer now, I don't mean the length of this answer arrow. I mean the answer to this problem, -2 minus 3. The answer to this problem is actually, you'll remember from before, -5. It's not 5. That's where this keep the symbol, that's where this keep the symbol part of the rule comes in. We have to keep this symbol here, right? We had to keep this negative symbol over here because this answer arrow, which is 5 units long, is, you can see it's pointing to the left. So remember, we started from 0. 0 is over here on the number line. And if we go 5 spaces to the left, we end up at -5, not +5. Now, you might be asking yourself, why did we have to go through all of this? Mr. Friedman, it was so easy just to start at -2 and then go 3 spaces to the left. We ended up at -5. We already got the answer. Why did we have to do all this? And why should I be remembering this rule, same symbols, add and keep the symbol? Well, the reason is, sure, it's very easy when the numbers are small, but what if you have a problem with larger numbers? So let's look at example 2. What if you have the problem -88 minus 59? Now, yes, you could figure out the answer by starting at -88 on the number line and then counting 59 spaces to the left. But obviously, that's going to take a really long time, and you don't want to have to do that every time that you're trying to figure out one of these math problems. So actually, this arrow idea and this rule over here is simpler when these numbers are larger, because now the only thing we have to do to figure out the answer is to do this work over here. So we're going to start off by adding the lengths of the arrows together. So the work that will show is 88 plus 59. Notice that even though there's a negative over here, I am not putting a negative over here in front of the 88. I'm just taking these numbers and I'm ignoring the symbols because I know that all I really have to do is add them up. So 88 plus 59, let's see, 8 plus 9 is 17, so I'll put a 7 here, carry the 1, 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 5 is 14, so I get 147, but my final answer will actually be -147. Again, I have to keep the symbol. Why? Because remember, I'm moving, everything here is moving to the left. If I start at 0 and I go 147 spaces to the left, which is 88 plus 59, that's 147 spaces that I'm moving to the left, then I'm going to end up at -147. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. When these two symbols are the same, then you're going to add up the numbers and keep the symbol. All right? Have a great day.